So welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Game, and this is my usual roundup of what I got painted during the month of May. Yes, May. I wasn't sure for a second. So this is what I got painted up. So if you've seen my reviews for this month, you've seen that I painted up the giant here for the from Nulza's whatever they call it, the D&D thing, and I really like this miniature, apart from the obvious thing of the clear base, which I really didn't like, but I think I painted him up pretty well. I like the rust effect that I managed to get on his chains. It's kind of a dry, rusty look without it being too orange and overwhelming. It's not too cartoony. It does look quite quite a bit like a normal, proper, realistic rust effect. You would have also seen that I have painted up some of these, what they're called, Oathmark light infantry, and they're really quite nice little models. I was a bit critical of them when I was actually making them and reviewing them, but actually going back and looking at them now, I actually quite like them. They're nice miniatures, and they got a hell of a lot of kit bashing possibilities. And yeah, I might have been a bit rough on them because I was looking at what they weren't and not what they were. And, that was a bit unfair of me. So I painted up hundreds of these little guys. So, yeah, I'm going to have a quick flick through them. But as you can see, really good for something like Rangers of Shadow Deep or, Frostgrave, or even Frostgrave Ghost Archipelago, something like that. These are good light sort of warriors, they're not heavily armoured or etc. You could even, like, if you got the Wizards pack, like with this guy here, he's a mixture of the Wizards pack, and you can make up your own little wizard. So maybe Wizards pack and this, and you'd probably be able to get away with making a pretty decent looking warband. So, keep showing you these. Like, it's got mix mash, like I said in the thing. The kit bashing possibilities are amazing. They go together with most of the North Star military figures. Bits. For Frostgrave and Oathmark, etc. They all kit bash together really well. But you could even do something a little bit weird, like these are from the Gale Force 9, Never Glorious Day in the Marine Corps. So, yeah, you may look a little bit Xenomorph-like, but then with some arms from the Harvesters from Wargames Atlantic, which I don't think I've reviewed yet, but there is a video upcoming, maybe next month, I'm not quite sure. I sort of got these things planned, but whether I've actually got around to doing them yet is another thing. So these are the last two that I managed to make with the kit. I've still got a bunch of the bodies and all, so I can really go back and make some more if I want to. But I like this guy. He's like he used to be a man at arms, but he's sort of got a bit older and his gear's looking a little bit more worn. And this sort of pirate guy for Ghost Archipelago, and yeah, he works. And again, using all mixture of different companies, bits and bobs, with the bodies from the light infantry. So then we also got a D&D of Fulham Bar, no, Reaper Bones Fulham Bar, sorry, or something, the dwarf, and really like the quality of this Reaper Bones miniatures. I know you can have like a bit of a mixed bag with Reaper Bones. Some of them are really nice and some of them are really bad. I think the newer stuff now is a lot better than it has been. The plastics are a lot better and the detail has got an awful lot better, but it's still a little bit of a mixed bag of what you're gonna get. But I must say I'm a bit of a fan of the Reaper Bones stuff. You can get good miniatures for cheap. So then we have this guy, which is, I think he was a Ralpartha skeleton. He is an oldie. Again, I found him in my sort of collection of old miniatures which I'm going through at the moment, so I painted him up in order to have something a bit different on the channel, so that you aren't looking at all of one box set. Yeah, and I really like him. I like these old style miniatures. And then this guy, who I think is also a Ralpather, although I may be wrong. Some sort of wizards, etc. So these are back in the days when I used to go to this little shop in Cardiff, which was a tiny little shop, and you could pick out miniatures, and some of them would even be half painted, and you just sort of rummage around in a box and pick them out, and they were like 50p or whatever because someone had given up on them halfway. So yeah, it brings back memories painting some of these old guys. It's being an oldie. I quite enjoy having these sort of miniatures around. I also painted up 3 of the Marvel Zombicide game. What are they called? The good guy. Well, the people who are against the zombie people. I forget what they're called. Shield agents. But I'm not going to show you those because you've seen them plenty. But I have painted up 3 more of those. And then this is Blind. I forget her name. Blind Owl, I think it is. Now, I was quite unsure whether to paint her as a black woman or a white woman because of doing a little bit of research, which I do sometimes. I did find out that she's a white woman in the comic books, which I didn't realise. So, yeah, it's a bit different. So I've gone for this sort of skin tone, which could be kind of either, in order to sort of capture whatever take you want on Blind Owl. Then finally, we have my last miniature that I managed to paint up this month, and that is Deadpool from the Zombicide Marvel Zombies game. And I did a pretty okay job. The money was something that I was dreading doing because I was thinking, am I going to have to draw, symbols on each of the notage, to make them look like money? But no, just painting them sort of with a green wash over that and, making them dirty and what have you, I think works. I've done the outfit what I think he looks like to the best of my ability, although it's probably not quite realistic or as it should look. But I'm not a huge Marvel fan, so I don't know their color schemes and what parts are meant to be black and what parts are meant to be red 100%. So I just went with what I thought. And I like the way he's sort of like cradling this head like a teddy bear or something. That's quite a nice little touch, and I think he's a pretty cool looking miniature. So that's what I got done this month. So I think it's about 21 miniatures maybe, with the 3 shield agents, which I haven't shown you. So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with what I got done. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment, and I will reply to every comment that is done on my channel, and maybe even subscribe. But until next time, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Board Gamer.